In this video, I'd like to discuss roll sign prints. The roll sign print product can be used for creating estimates on anything that is printed directly to a flexible rolled substrate. If we're looking within control at an estimate, the first thing we come to is the quantity being ordered. Then whether it's single or double-sided, and then the height and width of each particular print. The machine or printer that it's going to be printed on, the resolution. Now at this point, as far as the resolution, if we click on the Help menu, it will explain what each different resolution, printer settings, speeds, and if you're using an area-based pricing, how much that increases the price. Then what material are we printing on? To a vinyl. Whether application tape is going to be used. And then if we look at the details of the printing product, we have auto rotate for best image or use print area only. Using the print area only will ignore how it lays out on the substrate itself and use a direct area and a scrap percentage. If this is unchecked, it's going to look at how many are vertical, how many are horizontal for printed area, scrap area, total area, etc. Once we've chosen the printed material, if it needs to be laminated and mounted, the first thing we come to is the first equipment. Now, if you're going to laminate and mount together, you would only use one equipment. So let's say I'm going to use the thermal laminator, and I'm going to use a laminate, and I'm going to mount it to, say, coroplast. Now what you've noticed is once I've chosen the first equipment, you have an option for a secondary equipment. This secondary equipment is typically if you're laminating and mounting as two separate processes, meaning you're first going to run it through the laminator and then you're going to mount it. If I was going to do the processes together, such as laminate and mount it in one run through the laminator, you would not fill in a secondary equipment. Auto rotate for best fit means that you're going to take the images and rotate them to best fit the coroplast material. Now, if this is printed in a roll, you may choose not to do that because they're already printed on the roll, and this would really only apply if you're going to cut them out first. Once we have this information chosen, we come to a cut method. How are we going to cut them out? And then a cut complexity. Now these complexities can be defined. If we look at the Help menu, is a simple, standard, and complex. What this does is it defines the perimeter around. Of course, if it's simple, the perimeter is just one time. If it's standard, it's got a little bit more curve to it, or very complex. And these numbers and multipliers can be changed in the setup. Now that we have our prints, our lamination, mounting, and cutting, now we can go to our add-ons. The quick quote finishing is if you're just doing an area-based pricing and you just want to add a simple percentage charge. If you go into custom finishing, you can get more detailed and charge specifically for that detail. In this case, we have an edge treatment. Under banner finishing, install method, grommets. Of course, we've mounted this product, so none of this applies. We would go to the mounted finishing. And here we have an edge treatment such as a trim cap. The install method, such as if we need to add Velcro or magnetics to the back. And if we are, it wants to know where we're adding them, whether it's on each side or just the corners. If we're adding grommets, it wants to know where are those being added and the spacing between them. Easel backs, same thing. And then miscellaneous finishing is a simple way for you to add additional finishing options that may not be standard on this screen. And this more deals with the setup of the system. But here I can say I have drill holes and then how many. Here you have the layout data. This basically allows you to put in gaps and overlap information or margins between these prints. I'm doing 3 18 by 30s, but if I need to leave a gap between each one when printed of 2 inches, that could really affect the material area that's needed to fulfill this order. Same with the mounting information. Once we have the finishing filled out, below that you'll have a description. Whatever is in the description prints on everything, estimates, invoices, and work orders, where the production notes only print on work orders. Then below that we have our other options, such as if you wanted to go into design to add for design, add an image, shipping, installation, and miscellaneous. Currently we're running on an area-based pricing method. So if we look at the area-based price, it's going to break down the different scenarios, our base price, mounting price, cutting price, and lamination price, as well as any finishing. If we go to more of a cost-based approach, it's going to look at all of the different materials. I hope this thoroughly explains the roll sign print product. If you have any further questions, please review our other videos or contact the Serious Implementation Department. Thank you.